All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Mechacharash. Say Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Mechacharash. And we give double honor to our apostles and our elders, which is apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom to the elect out there, the 144,000. All right, and the confusion of face spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth. However they may look. Let's jump into this video. A lot of things are popping, man. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year, the year of apostates, sellouts, and fallouts, okay? Fallouts and spies, Salakia. So you see everything that's taking place in the news. All these things are moving us towards the goalposts. Like I said in the past video, prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. That's the goal line. Once these things are hit, once these things take place, then the game move forward. All right. So the prophecy you see taking place now is Babylon is being found out, just like the apostle said years ago that the horns were going to come out. And now by way of Nero coming back in the reincarnation, if you can accept that, all right, if the spirit is dealing with you on that level to be able to see that this guy is a reincarnated version, a reincarnated emperor that was in the past, okay? And he's using and doing the same cruel acts that he was doing, and he was loved at first but then hated, you know? So that's showing you that history does repeat itself. So this video is fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I was watching Apostle, he mentioned this channel, and then I jumped on his channel and I found a few videos that were very, damning. You know, he takes other videos and clips them in there. So this is fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. But to show you that these people are turning against him. All right. And it takes a lot because Esau's pride doesn't allow him to, acknowledge mistakes. Okay, they like to either not say anything, sweep it under the rug, or deny it, plausible deniability. But now it's so damning and it's so out here that they have to address it, one way or another. They have to bring it to the forefront and say something about it, okay? Because the things that are taking place, the moves that are being made are blatant opposites of what was ran on when Guy had all the support. So I'm going to play the first part of this, fair use, fair use.
Podcasters are publicly turning against Donald Trump and his despicable regime. You also have MAGA podcasters attacking each other. Let me bring you the receipts. A reminder, make sure you subscribe to the Midas Touch YouTube channel. We're on our way to 6 million subscribers. You may think you're subscribed, but you may not be actually subscribed. Double check, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now, MAGA podcaster Andy Frisella, one of the biggest MAGA podcasters out there, a guy who was MAGA through and through. Here's what he just said about Donald Trump and Trump's regime. Play this clip.
I'm going to say this right now, and I mean this. Okay, Donald Trump, you've lost touch with your fucking base. You've lost touch with reality of what people actually want to see. And the people around you are either not telling you the truth or you're fucking in on it. And if you're not in on it, I would appreciate for you and I to have a discussion so I could inform you about what these people really want. Okay, so this can go on Twitter and, you can have your people call me and I will get my fucking happy ass on an airplane and I'll sit down and enjoy a motherfucking Big Mac with you and we will fucking get real clear about what people actually want because the motherfuckers around you are either full of shit or you're in on it.
Yeah.
And that's where people believe right now. Okay. And here's the thing.
A lot of people believe that.
Yes.
Dude.
And here's the thing. Okay. I said on last show, you're going to go down as the president who had the opportunity to fix this country and chose not to. And you might say, oh, well, that doesn't really fucking matter. Well, you know what? It's going to matter because your kids are going to get blackballed in America. Okay. Your legacy is going to be ruined. The Trump name will be a fucking joke.
Hey, we're just reporting. You hear with how he's talking, and he was a strong supporter. Okay, somebody that was very adamant about the guy. So The tables, what does it say? The house of cards are blowing in the wind, man. Okay, the house of cards are blowing in the wind. And we're telling you, this is what say, woe unto you that trust in man. Okay? Let me get that real quick. Hold on, let me get that real quick. What does it say? Woe unto you that trusteth in man. Let's go. Hold on. Woe unto let's look up the MSG version. Let's see that. I've been messing with this past weekend. It's a heavy. I like the way they put certain things. Hold on. Let's see the message. Okay, this is read it on as they coming up. This is Jeremiah 17:5. Let's read in the NLT. It says, "This is what the Lord says: Cursed are those who put their trust in mere humans, who rely on human strength and turn their hearts away from the Lord." Okay, because if they know it or not, first of all, they're not worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahshua in truth, and on top of that, they're turning because they said the land that we're living in, its slogan or its motto, its credence is in God we trust. Okay, so now you got to ask yourself what God, because it ain't the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, because that's what we're pushing, that's what we're breaking down. That's the light, the gospel that we're giving out to the world, is that the Lord has a certain people and He has a certain name, He has a certain attribute, just like everything in nature has its make. The Lord has His make. And that's why He's letting us know His name. He's giving us the knowledge that comes with that name. That the truth, would say, the truth that has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So we're giving the world the name and the attributes that come with that name, and the mindset that name comes with. And the world doesn't want to hear it. But we're not here to prove ourselves to the world. That's why it says, shall that unbelief. Okay, they're going to know that a prophet has been among them. How is that going to be fulfilled if there wasn't doubt and there wasn't scoffing, if there wasn't people that didn't believe in it? How could that scripture come to pass? Okay, so there's going to be those that have to fulfill the lot of doubters. Okay, it's like you have the lot of believers, you're going to have the lot of doubters that's going to doubt this thing and not believe what it is. But we're not trying to jump through hoops and make ourselves some kind of, just like these guys having debates, they're trying to be a glimmer man. Okay. Glimmer man is somebody that wants the limelight, the attention. They want that praise. What did the Lord say about the wicked Sadducees and Pharisees? It says they desire the chief seats. They brought in their phylacteries, so they're very outgoing and out in front when it comes to the outward appearance. Okay, amplified. Thus saith the Lord: Cursed is the man who trusts in and relies on mankind, making weak, faulty humans flesh is strength. Making weak, faulty human flesh his strength, and whose mind and heart turns away from the Lord. And that's what you see happening on a total scale, man. All right, everything is getting more debaucherous, and that's going down because that's what you see taking place when this place starts dipping off. It's going to become worse and worse. Okay, just like in the time of Egypt. Egypt was terrible by the time them plagues caught slowed down, man. That was plague after plague, man. Okay.
And I know you care about those things.
Yeah.
And you should.
Former MAGA podcaster Candace Owens just went on Piers Morgan, and here's what she had to say about Donald Trump. Let's play this clip.
Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would
end up perhaps voting for him? Oh, he can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen and it is happening. But I
see.
Unfortunately, this kind of is the end of, and I say unfortunately, not because I care, truly, but I say unfortunately because it seems to not be doing anything good for anyone. This is the end of the Trump administration. This is the beginning of the lame duck presidency. It's obvious to everyone, even his most ardent supporters show up to the White House, like Laura Ingraham, and she's kind of shocked, going, what the hell's going on? Now we'll start, 3 years of talking about.
So that's the main thing. They're turning on this guy. Okay. And especially now with the Venezuelan situation, it's heating up at an all-time level. Okay. It's moving a lot more attention to what's going on internally. Okay. And the world is watching. If certain of these nations wanted to stay asleep, they don't have a choice anymore. When it comes to, they're gonna have to make a choice. I was watching Scott Ritter, all right, the Army specialist, and he was going in and saying that the world is witnessing what kind of mentality and how the moves they make. So they want you to follow this thing to a T, and if you don't, you'll be reprimanded. But they can break the rules. So the game ain't fair. All right, everybody will play a game, even if you think something's off about it, but you'll still play it because it might be a lot of people playing it, or it might be the thing to do, but in your mind, you're like, damn, man, what the hell? Something ain't right. Okay, so the same thing now, we know some kind of secrets is being hid, something's in the shadows, something's not wanting to come to the light, but the Lord is pushing it. All right, and all these protests and different things around the world, these are uproars of the people. Matthew's the 24th chapter. Okay, so let's read. I'm going to read this in the Message. This is the book of Jeremiah 49 and verse 7 in the MSG to 11. This message of Yahweh, of the angels, armies of Edom. Is there no doughty wise infamous Teman? Is there nobody wise in the infamous Teman? No one with a sense of reality has their wisdom gone. See, and just like when I think it was Scott Ritter, he was saying, he said these people are moving like they know what's going on. Okay, it says no one with a sense of reality has their wisdom gone worry and rotten? Run for your lives. Get out while you can. Find a good place to hide. You who live in Dedan, I am bringing. That's what it say. I am bringing down to Esau its works. It's time. Salakia, Esau, bringing down to E. All right, to Esau. It's time to settle accounts. Square up. All right, ante up. When harvesters work for your field, don't they leave gleaning? When burglars break into the house, and don't they take only what they want? But he says, but I will strip Esau clean. I'll search out every nook and cranny. I'll destroy everything connected with him. Children, relatives, neighbors. There will be no one left who will be able to say, I'll take care of your prophets, your widows, and can depend on me. So, hey, that's a hell of a version, man. I love the MSG. Lord, when I can go back into it some more. All right. But the main point is there. I just wanted to, pull this out when I seen that video. I'm like, let me jump in and, do a little commentary to it and just to show. Hold on. Oh, Salakia. Hold on, Salakia. Let me not leave. I got one more precept. This is the book of Sirach, 13 and verse 18. It says, who would pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, for as such as come nigh wild beast. So, and it ain't just talking about a serpent. It's talking about a wild beast. You ain't supposed to go fucking with him. All right. It says for while he, it says for he will bid with thee, but if thou fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart imagine how to throw thee into the pit. He will weep with eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So, hey, the mindset is, hey, Esau's being found out to be the Bible's, the heavy of the scriptures, and we're living it now and able to stand on our feet and have more experience than we did before. All right, and to know that hey, everything ain't coming into the kingdom. We pray, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, Lord willing, But that's the main point. I'm gonna leave it there with that. I say, call hello, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Until next time, I say Shalom, and more not another keep faith. Shalom.